What's going on, guys? It's Michael from GPURisers.com and welcome back to the bunker. So this is day 3 in our mining bunker. I was able to get a couple of these industrial racks, and as I said in the last video on day 2, I kind of just have the test bench set up here connected to the PDU. I just wanted to get something going to be able to test the PDU, test our 3 outlets that we have over there. And so now that all that's tested, I have been looking for these specific ones for a while. Now the reason for that is that these are larger than the rolling racks that you normally see. The rolling racks are 18 inches in depth, whereas these are 24 inches, having 2 feet to be able to place rigs comfortably. So I picked up 4 of these this morning. These are Members Mark brand, which is from Sam's Club. Before I actually even got the keys to this place, I was looking for industrial racks just like this. However, they were always very expensive. You know, similar ones from Home Depot, like Husky brand, Gladiator, things like that, you know, the same exact size, the same thing really. You know, they were north of $300 each. So I saw these on Sam's Club for $150 each. The other one that had a couple of them in were probably about 80 miles from where I live. So this Sam's Club in particular just so happened to be about 20 miles, not that bad of a drive. They had 4 of them, so I got all of them. 150 bucks for these industrial racks, I think, is a steal, and so I'm glad I got them. This one is going to be going right here, probably right around this outlet, and then there'll be another one over here, and then finally another one kind of where this rolling rack is. So I have 4 of them, and I know only 3 are going to fit here. I might have one over there by the server you know, unit that I have, kind of cutting that area off, because I am going to have a studio right where that box is sitting, and I think that that's best because I'll have access to 240 and 120 volt right there. So I think 3 are going to be here. I'm going to be moving this rolling rack. This is kind of just holding cards that are waiting to be put onto rigs. I have a rig frame there, 2 helium miners, some Zotac 3090s, a Zotac 3080, and I have a bunch of other cards that I'm currently waiting to get up. I have some power supplies up there. Those are motherboards, RAM and processors, CPU coolers, so it's all really ready to go. I have some other, you know, random stuff here, just a, you know, bin of parts for, you know, I use these fans on the Radeon 7 rig that I had, so maybe I'll need those for the 3090 because, you know, those do thermal throttle and everything like that. I have a wall of, you know, boxes here. These are some of the graphics cards that I currently have mining. These 2 right here are 2 more of those PDUs that we have, you know, hooked up over there. I do have a 4th PDU just like that, however that is in my shed at my house, so I'm going to be actually moving that rig and that PDU over here very soon, and that's actually going to be the first rig that goes on to this rack. So for the 3rd day up and running in here, I am excited to finally get the first one going. I'm going to go ahead and cut the video, get this thing built, and I'll be right back. All right guys, so we're back here. I'm about halfway through building this. This rack so far is coming out perfect. I did measure this PDU right here, and it does look like this will fit perfectly right across this middle bar, which is exactly what I was hoping for. Now this does have, you know, this is 3 shelves right here that I'm going to be having, but it does come with 4. You see the 2 other bars over there. I'm not going to be using them. I figured, you know, especially with the rig frames that I will be using, I'll actually be able to fit 3 on each row. So there'd be 6 right here, and even if I wanted to, I could put another 3 all the way at the top there. But like I said, each one will be utilizing 1 single 30 amp PDU, which will be about 5,500 watts, a little bit more continuous. So it's very unlikely I'm going to have more than 6 rigs on one. This has been fairly easy to install. It is mostly, you know, plug and play. There's no screws with this set. You do see little pins that you do put in there, but you just slide them in and you don't have to screw anything in. So this has been extremely easy to put together. So all that said, I am going to get the rest of the pins on, get the grates on, get everything like that on, and I'll be right back. All right guys, so I have everything built out on this. I'm really happy with how it came out. These little squares here are way too wide and big, you know, for a lot of the rig frames that I will be putting on here. So I'm gonna look probably for those, you know, little furniture cushion things, so you can slide chairs around and stuff on wood and everything like that. I think I'm going to put those on the bottom of each, you know, pillar for these rig frames, and I think that will work out just fine. So here we have it. like I said, I think I could fit, you know, 3 on each row. And this is 6 feet tall. It's about 7 feet wide. It will fit the PDU just right. I know I was saying I'm going to put it in the middle here, but I'm kind of thinking of doing an up and down on each pole. The only thing is I don't want, the wire comes off the end there, so it will either be, you know, floating off the top or it'll be coming off the bottom, and I don't really want it on the bottom. I'd like everything to be elevated off of the ground in the event of water. There is a sink there. So I would like it upward, but I don't know. I'm gonna test both ways and figure out what I think is best. Now, these cords are pretty long, and like I said, kind of where this rack is sitting is going to be right where I'll be standing in future videos. In this little studio area, I will be getting a table right here, a pretty large table that I'll be able to work on and do everything like that. And then the camera will be facing kind of, you know, I wanna say as far back as this. I don't know, I'm gonna have to mess around with things a little bit. I obviously don't want that stuff in the frame, but I think I might actually put, like I said earlier, a rack right here. I don't know, I gotta kind of move it around and test it out and see what's, you know, works. But I think I will be moving this rack over here, probably in between these two. These wires for these PDUs are very long. So I think, you know, I'm gonna start it right here, then the next one will be right here, and then eventually the third rig rack will probably be right where this rolling rack is, and then I'll probably put the newer cards and everything that I'm waiting to put on over near my box wall. But I do want to put like a testing area right over there. I do have this, you know, box. I just have junk everywhere. There's just junk everywhere. But I will be cleaning this up as time goes on. But until all of that happens, I do want to, like I said, get started loading this thing up with rigs. I'm gonna go ahead and move this thing over to the middle right there. I will likely move my test bench onto it for now. This is the thermal take case. You can find this in the link down in the description, the open air frame here. And again, we do have our GPURisers.com fans on here. Very happy with how those came out. But I'm gonna go ahead, get this little flimsy table out of here, get this PDU onto here. I'm not gonna fix it onto anything. I'll probably just lay it right across here for now, and I'll be right back. All right, so I moved it over to the first outlet here. I still have the second one here. I did measure this out. The third rack that I'm going to be putting on for the last 30 amp is going to be right here, and I will have you know, a whole bunch of room right here to be able to, you know, I do want to have a box wall and also a, you know, little testing area right here. So I'm glad how that turned out. And also, while I was doing this, I did realize I am going to be having the PDU like this with the power sticking out at the top. That is because, one, here the LCD screen actually faces this way, so I'll be able to see, you know, the wattage and it's, you know, the correct orientation. That's not that big of it, but the biggest part is actually on the other end of that right there. So right back here you can see this is the back of the PDU. We do have you know, these little slots here, and I got really lucky with this rack. As you can see, here is a little notch for this beam going over here. But this one is opened right here. So this little mounting thing on the back of the PDU, you can unscrew this a little bit and it slid right in there just perfect. So I screwed it back in, it's in there really tight. So this actually worked out perfectly. So I am really happy with how this turned out. It is a little bit loose at the bottom. You can see it sway a little bit. The mounting screws do not line up at the bottom of this beam, but I will be just using a large zip tie at the bottom, and this thing will be on here rock solid. So let me go ahead and get this PDU turned on. Here we have the outlet. I'm gonna go around this side. Let me switch hands. All right, I'm gonna put it behind this beam right here, and now I will plug it in. Now that is in, has power. That will lock it in. You can see the PDU turning on right there. Okay, it looks like it's still booting. Nothing on the screen yet. You can hear it click. You can hear each one turning on. There we go. And there we have it, 242 volts, 0 amps, and 0 kilowatts running through this PDU currently. So I am going to be getting the test bench put onto here now, just to have it somewhere. So let me go ahead and do that now. All right, guys, we have our test bench all hooked up now. It is mining already. We have it plugged in to our PDU right here in the first one. It's not lit up, but you might be able to see it right here. It shows we are pulling 1.5 amps on the first bank, which is right up here. These PDUs have 20 amp breakers, one up here, one on the bottom. So here you can see what you're utilizing. Again, it shows 1.5 amps right there on the first bank, and then it's going to switch screens right there, 0.36, so 360 watts is what this whole PDU is pulling right now, which is very accurate to what this Asus ROG Thor power supply is showing. So I'm really happy again with how this came out. I'm glad I waited for these racks, although they were, took a while to get. But I have 3 others that I need to set up, one going here, again, one going there, and that corner will be box walls slash, new GPUs and, power supplies, motherboards, everything else, to make more rigs to be able to load up these racks. I have 90 amps of power here. We're running 1.5 right now, so we have a lot of room to grow. Next thing, I think tomorrow I will be bringing, again, the 3060 Ti LHR 8-card rig that's currently in my shed behind my house. I am going to be bringing that here, and that will be the first rig to go on this rack. After that rig, I will be starting the 3090 rig. I plan on putting 8 of these cards on one. There's 8 here, and I have about another, I want to say 4 or 5 including the one that's on the test bench right now. To have 8 of these running, you need to be on 240 volt. These pull, again, about 300 watts, 280 watts. Let's just use 300 as a nice round number. 300 times 8 is going to be 2400 watts, which, any 20 amp or 15 amp, 120 volt outlet, it cannot handle. Not only can it not handle that, it won't, a single power supply also won't be able to handle it. So that's why I ended up getting one of these that I will be utilizing. A lot of people do use the Add 2 PSU. I like these. They're a little bit more sleek, and they're, honestly about the same price. So we're going to be running 4 plus the motherboard, CPU, RAM, the system, which is about 60 watts, plus 4 times 300 is going to be about 1200 watts. So about 1260 watts will be just perfect for the 80% rule on the 1600 watt power supplies that I have up there. And then the other 4 will be powered by another 1600 watt power supply, which again is sitting right at that 80% mark. So again, yeah, the 3060 Ti rig is coming tomorrow, hopefully. If not, I will be doing more racks and everything like that. I actually need to do the whole networking thing over there. I need to run a wire. I'm not sure if I should run it up and over and down. I don't know, we'll figure that out tomorrow. But yeah, hopefully we have this 3090 rig coming soon. I will also be doing a video on this helium miner, well, hopefully tomorrow. I heard they're extremely easy to set up, so whenever I hear something like that, it always takes me way longer than it should. But I'll give that a go very shortly as well. I think I'm just going to go ahead and strap the antenna to one of these. I don't think I'm going to get great service in here. That's high ceilings, kind of all insulated right there. I don't know if that'll go well. We have some openings right there. We're still working on stuff in here. We still got the blinking light going, a little strobe light in here. But I don't know. All of that is for tomorrow to figure out. I'm tired, I'm exhausted. I'm going to head home and get some sleep. But thanks for stopping by, guys. We're so excited to start this daily vlog of building this bunker out. Hit that subscribe button if you want to keep seeing these vlogs, and hit that like button if you like what you guys saw. It does help out the GPURisers team. And I hope everyone watching this has a great rest of their day, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.